How do MLB teams calibrate baseball percentile rankings? Imagine trying to compare players from different eras or skill levels with just raw numbers. It can be tricky. That's where percentile rankings come into play. They help teams see how a player stacks up against the entire pool of players. But how exactly do they set these rankings? Let's break it down step by step. First, teams gather a large amount of data on players' performances. This includes traditional stats like batting average, on-base percentage, and slugging percentage. They also collect advanced data like exit velocity, launch angle, and strikeout rates. To make fair comparisons, they set minimum qualification standards. For example, a player might need at least 50 at-bats or 20 innings pitched to be included. Next, they calculate what are called z-scores for each statistic. A z-score shows how far a player's number is from the league average, measured in standard deviations. The formula subtracts the league average from the player's stat and divides by the standard deviation. This standardizes the data so players can be compared on the same scale. After that, they convert these z-scores into percentile rankings. A percentile tells us what percentage of players a player outperforms. For example, a player at the 95th percentile does better than 95% of all players in that metric. This makes it easier to understand performance at a glance. But teams also recognize that some stats don't follow a perfect bell curve. They adjust for this by combining percentile rankings with other statistical measures or giving different weights to certain metrics. This helps better reflect the true value of elite performances. They also consider the era or environment in which a player played. For example, they adjust for ballpark effects or changes in league offense over time. This way, comparisons are fair across different periods. Modern percentile rankings include advanced metrics like expected batting average, expected slugging percentage, barrel rate, and exit velocity. These give a clearer picture of a player's underlying skills. Teams then use these rankings for scouting, player development, and roster decisions. Percentiles help identify strengths and weaknesses, evaluate prospects, and project future performance. They also assist in comparing players across different statistical categories. So, in simple terms, teams calibrate percentile rankings by standardizing data with z-scores, converting those into percentiles, adjusting for distribution and context, and including both traditional and advanced metrics. This process creates a consistent way to measure and compare player performance across seasons and eras.